He averages 3.3 threes per game. He hit 2 yesterday against Southern Miss. McMullen loses the dribble in the corner and saves it.
That's going to be offensive.
Offensive foul called on Nick McMullen in our first timeout of the game. 4 minutes in Pensacola, Georgia State leads Georgia Southern 10-6.
Down 34-0. Winning will be tough. That's why I brought in the E.
With the Geico app, you can check your policy on the go and get access to 24/7 claim support.
Yeah! Let's make this easy!
You know, that felt a lot closer.
For car insurance made easy, get more with Geico.
Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your people. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Even better, get out there. That's it. Way out there. Choose your calling. Choose to really care. Choose to go for it. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move.
I wake up. Yo, like Thomas Jefferson.
Back in Pensacola, where the 8th-seeded Georgia State Panthers have the early 10-6 lead on the 9-seed Georgia Southern. There's Charlie Henry in his second season as Georgia Southern's head coach. 7 years as an assistant at Alabama and Iowa State, came from the Nate Oates coaching tree. Also coached in the G League as the head coach of the Windy City Bulls and an assistant with the Chicago Bulls as well. And you can see that NBA G League influence in his game planning and strategy. Also, Nate Oates subscribes to the same thing you'll see from Arkansas State when they play here in this tournament as well, as Brian Hodson comes from the same tree. And Jonas Hayes, third season at Georgia State's head coach, interim head coach, led Xavier to the NIT championships. 9 seasons as an assistant at Georgia and Xavier. And of course, he played for the Georgia Bulldogs, played for Jim Herrick, along with his twin brother Jarvis, who was a first-round draft pick of the Washington Wizards. 3 ball from Georgia Southern. They've cut it to 1.
Bradley Douglas stepping out to the outside, right wing.
Hamilton gets knocked off balance as he's in the lane. He'll go to the line again. That'll be the 3rd team foul on Georgia Southern.
Yeah, and this will be free throws 4 and 5 already for Georgia State. Georgia Southern hasn't gone, only 1 foul on Georgia State. That was McMullen right at the timeout when he threw that elbow into Holloman's face.
Hamilton, the 6'6", 205 redshirt freshman, averaging 10 points per game. A good three-point shooter as well. Has hit 48 threes for the Panthers this season. Converts on the free throw, and the Panthers have a 2-point lead. McMullen comes off the floor for the Panthers.
It's like crazy. Like, they really be like
connects on both.
And we be eating them bitches.
Panthers are 5 for 5 at the line and lead at 12-9.
I'm keeping it 100. I got me a little smoothie right here.
White bounces inside to Tyson Brown, and there's the White-Brown connection again.
And that's a beautiful bounce pass as it leads him right to the basket, coming off of that little curl by the box.
Near turnover, Panthers have numbers. Knocked out of bounds by Eugene Brown.
He's screaming right now.
Well, and that's good recovery because Georgia State was at the doorstep of the rim, forced him back out to kick to the outside with the pass, and then the blue jerseys, nice job recovering that time by the Eagles to get back down there and knock it out of bounds.
Edwards comes off the floor for the Panthers.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Malachi Brown, Panthers nearly went over and back right there, but there was contact by the Eagles with the ball. Hamilton in a trap.
That's a trap.
Travels.
No.
So both these teams throwing trapping defenses on the ball in the half court.
Yeah, Georgia State seems to be doing a little better of it in terms of using the sidelines as an advantage. We've seen a couple times already they've used the sideline as a third man to cause problems for Georgia Southern.
Panthers have committed 4 turnovers already, and the Eagles have not yet. There's one right there.
Right, I mean, as I've got an earplug listening to you.
Hamilton missed the layup. Offensive rebound, Panthers, and Nutter puts it in. Tariq Nutter, and with that basket right there, he reaches 1,100 points for his career.
Georgia State's hit 4 of its last 5 field goals.
Holloman, another three-pointer.
But even when you've missed a few, you can start hit some outside shots like that. You keep it close, you tie it up like that. 5 of 10 from the floor is Georgia Southern, but 4 of the 5 makes have been three-pointers, shooting 80% from deep.
And Holloman's 2 for 3. He had 24 against the Panthers on Friday. Nutter in the paint, way off the mark. Cool gets the rebound for the Eagles. Back to Cool, and Cool puts it in. Eagles have the lead.
Nice job of running the floor, and you got a big man ahead of you at Cool. 6'8", 220 frame, getting down the lane. Look at the little no-look dish. White just kind of dumps it off to him, looking the other way. And he finishes it off like he needs to at the rim.
Beautiful no-look pass from Nicavian White right there.
If you're not going to get any resistance when you're going down the lane, you just keep moving and you let the ball find you, which is what he did in stride. Took that momentum right up to the rim.
First free throws for the Eagles. Cool at the line, trying to give Georgia Southern a 3-point lead. Fails to do so. Clash Peters. Got to be the best name in the conference, number 21 for the Panthers. Clash Peters in the game got the rebound. Hamilton on the drive. It goes to Peters on the baseline. Peters up underneath the hoop.
Yeah.
And a foul's going to be called on Georgia State. It's going to go against Peters.
All right, slam ball.
Might have gotten away with a bit of a travel underneath the basket. Probably bad thing for Peters. He was too far underneath, got caught too deep. And then in the scramble for the ball after the miss.
2-point lead, Georgia Southern. Approaching 7 minutes in here in Pensacola.
78, let's get 78. Both. Guess we boys.
Thomas puts it on the floor. Eagles pull it back out, get a screen. Cool. That's going to be a foul on Cool.
Yep.
Setting the illegal screen.
And you see that call so much in college basketball, and you wonder when these teams go back and look at the film. Cool gets the foul called, but you have to partner with your guard. They've got to know to let you come off the screen the right way. If not, then your teammate's trying to help you by moving, and then they get called for the illegal screen.
14 fouls now on Georgia Southern.
It's crazy how this shit worked though.
Nutter puts it on the floor. Malachi Brown on the dribble. Pulls up on the baseline and knocks it down. Game tied at 16.
Tough shot by Brown, too, with a man in his face.
First points for Brown. Douglas back the other way. Missed the 3. Hamilton the rebound for the Panthers. 3 ball. Hamilton off the iron. Ball tipped out. Douglas has it for Georgia Southern. White, bad pass, stolen by Nutter. Nutter all the way in traffic, dumps it out to Lane, who knocks down the 3.
Yeah, you can see White's frustration. He was expecting Cool to keep going, but maybe he didn't see that. White saw it from the wing that he saw the opening, but he can't be guaranteed that his teammate saw the same place. He threw it where he saw the opening, and his teammate wasn't there.
Ball knocked out of White's hands. Let's see if there's going to be a foul. And we have a timeout. Three-pointer for Tenari Lane. He's knocked down a couple here in the first half, and Georgia State has a 19-16 lead.
Score big this season at Pensacola's Kia Autosport. Shop from one of the area's largest selections of award-winning new Kias with premium features, advanced technology, connected services, and safety features to give you peace of mind. Scan the QR code on the screen to view all of our great specials and see the value of your trade instantly. Come see why there are more Kias on the road every day. Only at Pensacola's Kia Autosport. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Online at KiaAutosportPensacola.com.
We want a Shia and a Kia.
Bank Plus keeps life moving. Because 99% of banking doesn't happen at the bank. Or at least it shouldn't. We're doing our best job when you don't have to think about it.
Let's make an offer.
When all you see is possibility.
We expand the kitchen in there. We'll make it all back in 6 months.
And you don't have to ask. Because life sure doesn't.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's really bad.
And we're here for it. All of it.
Weird, but beautiful.
Bank Plus. It's more than a name. It's a promise.
The heart of Louisiana's Cajun and Creole country, a melting pot of generations passing along a recipe of joie de vivre. Live music, boiled crawfish, and the smell of gumbo signify the season. This is Lafayette, a parish filled with culture and hospitality unlike any other. It takes more than a quick visit to understand why we're the happiest city in America. Start planning yours. Allons à Lafayette.
In the Wikipedia.
11:47 to play in the first half, and a 19-16 lead for Georgia State in our 8-9 game here, third round of the Sun Belt Men's Basketball Championship Tournament. Matt Stewart and Victor Howell with you. Thanks for joining us. The first of two games today. We got Texas State and Old Dominion coming up tomorrow. Coming up tonight, I should say.
Seeing some up and down action here in the first 8 minutes. Georgia State 6 of 11, 54.5%. Georgia Southern 6 of 12 for 50%, but both teams been hitting from the outside. In fact, combined 6 3-pointers of the combined 12 made so far here in the first 8 minutes.
Inbounds Eagles on the baseline. Comes into Banks, who fires a three right away. Cool flies in to get the rebound. No whistle. He's underneath and then stumbles, and now a foul will be called on Georgia State.
And they're going to blow that whistle in the motion of shooting. Looked like there might have been a foul before that, just with the body contact. They let him play on, and even though he was off balance, he went and got the shot up in motion to draw the foul and now go to the line.
Cesar Edwards, number 4, is the one called for the foul. And that'll be the 4th team foul on Georgia State. Colin Cool at the line. Sophomore forward out of Holly Springs, North Carolina High School.
There's that battle underneath, and you see the SWAT come down drawing the foul. Edwards. Hamilton took a little bit of a shot too when he went up there when Cool first got the rebound.
Cool was 6 feet tall as a freshman and sprung up to 6'8" by the time he had finished high school. Three-point lead, Georgia State. Ball goes to Edwards, working against Cool, goes by him. Foul called on Georgia Southern. That'll be the 5th team foul. We're going to end up shooting a lot of free throws here tonight, I think.
The way we're pacing, you're exactly right. That's a second foul on Thomas.
So Cesar Edwards steps up to the line. Out of Hartsville, South Carolina High School, started his career at Missouri State. 75% free throw shooter. Gives the Panthers a 4-point lead. Team high 16.1 points per game this season. 6.9 rebounds per game. Tyson Brown checks back in for Georgia Southern. That'll help them guard Edwards. 5-point lead.
It ain't that bad. Let's go, baby.
White on the wing, puts it on the floor.
That's
tricky
nasty.
dribble. Trying to get into the paint. He finally does, and had a shot blocked by Edwards. And then out of bounds off of the Eagles.
Yeah, that tricky dribble turned into a lot of dribbling for White that time, trying to back his way in. Then he decides to make that one big move, and there's the clean block, and then the heads-up play to throw it in off of him. And I mentioned to you earlier that Hamilton took a bit of a shot a couple of possessions ago. You might have seen him in the background there from that last camera shot, getting some treatment on the end of the bench for Georgia State.
Edwards got stripped on the play by Holloman. It comes back to Holloman. White will take the three-pointer and knock it down. Nakavian White. And he has been on fire his last 5 games, averaging 16 points and shooting 40% on his threes.
And with the size and the way he played last night, you wouldn't think he's a shooter that would be a threat, because he was using his strength and body on the inside. But even on the season, you just mentioned how good his numbers have been on as of late. He's still a 34% three-point shooter.
And he was 0 for 3 on his threes last night. Just got called for the foul right here. That's White hitting the three-pointer. And the 16 points and 40% shooting on his threes, Victor, comes after he had a 2-point game and was 1 for 14 field goal, 0 for 7 threes at App State.
Might have dialed up the focus a little bit, huh? Get out there working on that shot, try to find that confidence.
We were impressed with him last night in the victory
absolutely.
over Southern Miss. Edwards takes another.
Maintenance. Thank you.
And all 4 of his points so far have come at the foul line. Or all 3 of his points have come at the foul line. 3-point lead, Georgia State. Foul's going to be called on McMullen. And that'll be number 5 on Georgia State.
Bit of a cheap foul that time, so far away from the basket, just trying to reach over the top to get a steal. Just not the best position. That winds up being his 2nd foul, so he'll go to the bench.
Clash Peters will come in for him. You saw Kent Davidson at the end of the bench for the Georgia State Panthers. He's their DBO. He was once the head coach at Navy. Wing 3, corner 3. Douglas missed right there, and here come the Panthers. Edwards off the iron hard, going to kick to the corner and out of bounds.
Neither one of these teams showing any hesitation to put the long ball up, just a little sliver of an opening, and it's enough to launch.
And you think Edwards got a shot at a pro career because of his ability to shoot the 3 as a big man at 6'10". He's 45% on the season, 27 for 60. Stretch 4 at the next level. White on the wing, in and out. Peters the rebound for the Panthers. Gets it to Nutter. Nutter on the drive in traffic, puts it up and in. Zarik Nutter.
It's at double digits in 4 straight games, 8 of his last 9 played. That gives him 4 already early, 2 of 3 shooting.
Averaging just under 14 a game. Banks passes out to the 3. White puts it on the floor and drives. Might have pushed off and got away with it and banks it in.
We've seen a lot of things that might be optional. Push-offs, travels, obvious travels. Letting them play.
Eagles have cut it to 3 with 8.5 to go in the half. Knocked out of bounds by Eugene Brown. And while we talk about the comeback home to play theme for Georgia State, Georgia Southern's got their versions of it too. Eugene Brown is from Conyers, Georgia, which is in Atlanta, played at Southwest DeKalb High School, started his career at Ohio State. And the layup after the steal by Holloman.
Quick hands by Holloman, who just anticipated that inbounds pass, slapped it the other direction, and then caught up with it. Great play by Holloman. Puts him at 8.
He had a couple of steals yesterday and scored 11 points. Nutter nearly had it stolen again, is able to rip it back. Gives it to Edwards, who muscles it up and in.
Well, he was able to lose Banks. Edwards went one direction and faked to the left. Edwards bit on it, then he went right baseline. Nice handoff because his man was on his backside. It led to the easy opening.
Holloman gets a screen, or an attempted screen. 6 on the shot clock. Eugene Brown drives the side of the lane and missed. Shot clock violation. They'll play on. The Panthers have it. Nutter, layup.
Another tough drive by Nutter, this time on the breakaway. Last time driving when there were bodies in the lane to take it. That time sticking with it, puts up a tough shot and gets it to go in.
3 ball was blocked by Lane. Drive, Nutter again gets knocked to the floor, no whistle this time. He leads the Panthers in free throw attempts this season. And you can see why. Douglas misses the 3, follows his miss. Douglas drives, hop step, and missed the layup. Tyson Brown underneath, missed it. Knocked out of bounds, it'll be the Panthers' ball. 6:23 to play in the first half. Adante Holloman, team leading 8 points, got 2 the easy way after the steal.
Find a pet-friendly Italian restaurant with outdoor seating nearby and text it to Luca.
Find it real quick. Send it to the click. Wow, the place is sick.
During the Genesis Signature event, get 2.99% APR for 60 months on select vehicles. Exclusively at your South Florida Genesis retailers.
Hey, Disney Plus, you should stream the brand new daily sports show, SC Plus. Here are the top 5 reasons you should watch the show. Number 1, get the top news on your favorite teams and sport. Number 2, you can start your day informed. Number 3, that means if you have sporty friends in your life, you can talk to them about things that are important to them. Also, you can expand your knowledge beyond the classics like Mighty Ducks, Johnny Tsunami. There's also a trade involved in sports. We'll tell you why it's important, like the difference between Luca and Luca.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn is a customer.
I'm a customer in this scenario.
What do we do?
Protect what's important to him.
And how do we do this?
We help with car, home,
both.
RV coverage.
Great, apply coverages, because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
Did Coach say 90?
Push him out there.
You've got this, Glenn.
Am I gonna feel this? I felt that.
Is he okay?
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Oh, he's moving.
The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
(28-23), Georgia State leading Georgia Southern in the 8-9 game. What do you think so far, Victor?
Well, I've been impressed with the consistency of the shooting, and the pace has been picking up. Georgia State's still shooting 56% from the floor and 89% from the free throw line. In fact, they've got an 8-point advantage on a 5-point game. They're 8 of 9 from the line. Georgia Southern's shooting has dropped off down to 37%, but 0 for 3 from the free throw line. So Georgia State has been able to hold that consistent line so far here through the first 14 minutes.
Well, we've had chalk through the first 4 games of the Sun Belt Men's Championship Tournament, where the higher seed has won. Happened in the first round. Had competitive games in the first round, not so much in the second round. And now we've moved on to the third round in this staggered tournament format. Hamilton takes the three. Off the iron, and the tip by Edwards. Great tip by Edwards to hang in the air and get his fingertips on that.
Looked like he was trying to hold on to see if it would go in because he almost out-jumped it. Able to reach back and get that to fall. Gives him 7 points. He now leads, or he's second on the scoring list behind Lane, who has 9.
Largest lead of the Panthers. Brown left it short. Edwards snags the rebound.
This is going to be a scoring drought for Georgia Southern. That's going to push 3 minutes. Meanwhile, Georgia State's on a 6-0 run.
Peters fouled on the play. Clash Peters going to the line.
And Brown's going to get the call on the foul. Let's go back to the tip in. Watch him almost out-jump. He almost jumps too early, and then as he's going down, he's waiting. I got a shot at this. Reaches back, and he's able to get enough fingers on it to get it up and over the rim.
That was what was amazing. He jumped so high that he had enough hang time
to stay there
to wait for the play to happen. Peters knocks down the free throw. Flash Peters, 6'9", 230 freshman forward out of Long Beach, California.
Georgia State is averaging 13 made free throws on the season. 5:31 to go. They're 9 for 10 from the line already. They're almost at the season average at the break.
(32-23). Panthers have built a 9-point lead. Ball goes to White. He missed it. This drought is killing Georgia Southern right now.
Yeah, especially since a couple of these misses have come inside of 3 feet, just too hard off the glass.
Edwards loses the dribble, scramble for the ball, and a tie-up. Possession arrow will belong to Georgia Southern.
Eagles have to find a way to put an end to this little run. It's an 8-0 run over 2.5 minutes. Meanwhile, they've missed, they're 0 for 7 and 2 for the last 11 overall.
Panthers are shooting 55% from the floor, 10 of 18. Another 3-point miss for the Eagles. They've gone cold.
Goes back to your point earlier talking about their head coach and what he likes to do and what he likes to let them do. And that coaching tree you talked about in that NBA type mentality. But right now, they're not shooting themselves out of trouble. They're shooting themselves further in it.
A miss on the screen there, and a shot blocked by Brown. And out of bounds off the Panthers. Great recovery right there. That looked like that should be an easy breakaway, too, for the Eagles.
We've seen that a couple of times in the first games here in the first 3 days of this tournament. Players seem to slow down a little bit, maybe anticipating contact or looking for it. Usually go right to the basket, and he slowed down just enough.
Some niggas are born to be
where even though he was contested by Brown, Nutter was able to enter the picture.
Make that hole, please.
Corner Douglas missed the three-pointer, and the Eagles are now 5 for 14 on the three.
Yeah. 9 made field goals overall. 5 of the 9 have been for 3-pointers, and right now it seems like they're just desperately holding on to hit a long ball. Meanwhile, Georgia State's just doing the little things to make this 8-0 run and get some separation on the scoreboard.
Eagles have missed 12 of the last 14 shots, and I know you got to do what you do, but I was always taught the old school mentality: if the deep ball's not falling, get to the rim and get some baskets.
Start building confidence. That's
right.
Exactly right. 1,000% correct.
Peters at the line.
And look, what was our key for them? Dial it in from long range, because that's what you do. You lead the conference in 3-point shooting, but when they're not falling, it's okay to shoot a 2-pointer. Get some foul. Go to the 3-pointer the old-fashioned way, right? Draw a foul.
Douglas puts it on the floor. White drives, collides with Edwards, missed high off the glass. Ball batted around, and the Panthers have it. Nutter across half court. Nutter with the step through and the layup. Zarik Nutter, another strong basket at the rim. He's got 6, all of them right there at the rim.
Coach might be trying to hold on to his timeouts because now you're under the 4-minute media timeout, but you can't get something done here and they go down and score again. You might have to call it.
10-0 run for the Panthers. Holloman missed. And they're trying to get to the rim now, and they're missing those too.
And you see how they're not getting a lot of second chance opportunities either.
White with the block, and that'll be a timeout on the floor. 10-0 run for Georgia State. They have opened up a 34-23 lead.
Navigating day-to-day activities while experiencing joint pain is tough. Andrews makes it better. Our team will create a plan of care just for you to help you regain mobility and reduce discomfort. From diagnosis to treatment to rehabilitation, let Andrews make it better.
Over 150,000 strong, the JMU Alumni Association offers opportunities for Dukes to stay connected to their Madison experience. We do this by promoting alumni successes and building a culture of sustained investments in James Madison University and our students. We are advocates, volunteers, mentors, and donors. We bleed purple. We are Dukes. Dukes from day one, alumni for life.
Back at the Pensacola Bay Center, Brian Hodgson, the head coach of the Arkansas State Red Wolves. They finished as co-champions, one of the 4 co-champions in the Sun Belt Conference. They will be the number 4 seed. They will not play until Saturday.
Start getting a little bit of an early look while you're down there and got some time in Pensacola here.
I think that's one of the challenges for the the top 4 seeds. They don't play till Saturday, Sunday. I think one of the challenges is maintaining your edge and the intensity without burning out your players. And at some point, I think you got to say, let's just get down there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's always an exciting time closing out the year and the conference tournament. It's the second life for a lot of people. Great opportunity. You don't want to stay at home till the night before or the full day before. Get down there and enjoy some of the atmosphere. But to your point, remember it's a business trip.
Edwards steps out of bounds. So Brian Hodgson here is scouting this game because this is the side of the bracket. Their opponent is going to be Georgia Southern, Georgia State, or Marshall, who the winner of this game plays tomorrow.
So get an early look on one of the teams tonight and take a look at Marshall tomorrow.
To the corner, and Douglas. Wow, they have got a lid on the basket from the three-point line.
And just more often than not are refusing to try to get it into the lane and change things.
Hamilton, contact, throws it up there looking for a whistle and didn't get it.
Show me something off of a screen, a pick and roll, going to the basket, something. That's a travel. Oh, called
It's going to be a foul on the Panthers. Dante Horn in the ball game. He did not get in until late in the game after it was a blowout. And so they're getting Dante Horn, the transfer from Texas State, on the floor here early today. You see that Coach Henry's trying to push some buttons, pull some strings to get something going offensively.
Make something happen.
6'4", 190 senior guard out of Memphis, Kirby High School. Like we said, he played for T.J. Johnson and the Texas State Bobcats. As they're walking off the floor tonight, his former team will be walking on the floor to play our next third-round game as Texas State takes on Old Dominion.
Well, the free throw stops the 10-0 run, at least gets them a point on the board. But offensively, Eagles are still in need of having to regroup. 0 for 13. At least gets them a point on the board.
Seems like we've seen this yesterday with the teams that had played the day prior. It had these long, protracted offensive slumps. I don't know whether it's fatigue or what, but it seems like it's kind of been a common theme with the teams that have already played a game. Next day, come out with a little energy and then hit a slump.
But what Georgia State is doing, which we have not seen a lot of, is they went on a nice 10-0 run, putting points on the board while their opponent was struggling.
2.5 to play in the half. 34-25 lead for Georgia State. White gets a screen. Missed the pick and roll right there.
Yeah, it's just using one dribble was a wasted dribble. You came up to set a screen, but then you killed yourself by having to pick up, and then you get stuck.
Horn runs into his own man, throws it to the corner. Eugene Brown hit the side of the backboard. Malachi Brown out there on the logo being guarded by Holloman. Shot clock down to 10. Ball goes to Edwards, puts it on the floor. There's a double team, tried to force it up there, and that's going to be a shot clock violation on the Panthers.
You ever want to go throw a line in the water? You decide to take your car down to the beach, go throw a little, get a little fishing action. Then when you realize you've gone a little too far, the car starts to sink in the sand and you're stuck. Kind of feel like that's where we've gone here in the first half in the last 6-7 minutes.
I got to say, that's never happened to me.
It's happened to me. I can speak from experience. Why do you think I brought that up? Georgia State's on a scoring drought of 2.5 minutes after Georgia Southern just went on 1 for 6, but they haven't hit a field goal in a hot minute. Almost 7 minutes without a field goal. They're lucky to only be down what they are.
White working against Nutter, picked up his dribble, gets to the cool, gets the handoff, and then stopped his dribble. Horn backing out, 8 on the shot clock. He goes down. Foul's going to be called on the Panthers. And bonus shooting here for Georgia Southern.
Malik Ferguson bailed him out with that little foul. He thought it was a touch foul, but got the whistle to send Georgia Southern to the line because once again, a little too much dribbling. There was going to be a slip on the play, go the other direction if it wasn't for the bailout. Watch again. Crossover. And you see him pulling back. He didn't reach for it, but with that left arm and shoulder trying to get in there may have forced him to lose his balance. That's what the official saw. And I said it last night, we'll say it again. Remember, a lot of times it's all about the optics.
You know, and when you pull back and do that, you're just admitting your guilt.
You're
right?
like, well, I didn't do that. You draw attention to it.
Exactly. I'm not guilty. Guilty of what? No one accused you of anything. But now we're thinking. Horn at the line again. Rattled out. But you're exactly right. Georgia Southern very fortunate to be down only 8 right now.
Well, a lot of that is thankful to the fact that Georgia State's had 5 turnovers in the last 4 minutes, and they're on their own little scoring drought now of 3 minutes.
Exactly right. Edwards gets fouled by Tyson Brown.
And that's why my car is stuck on Pensacola Beach, and I'm calling you to come bail me out. I went too far.
I'll call AAA for it.
Thank you.
Edwards at the line, 7 points today, 9 rebounds already for Edwards here in the first half. It's 2 for 4 from the floor, 3 for 4 at the line. Now he's 4 for 5 at the line, and the Panthers have a 9-point lead. Jonas Hayes. The Hayes brothers played at Douglas High School. His brother Jarvis is on the bench as assistant coach. Played at Douglas High School in Atlanta, played at the University of Georgia. Actually started their career at Western Carolina because nobody wanted to recruit them as twins. And then they saw him play in the Southern Conference, and Jim Herrick says, I'll take it.
Come on in.
Jarvis Hayes ended up being a first-round draft pick, and Jonas went into coaching. White to Eugene Brown underneath. And just nothing going right for the Eagles right now offensively.
I would not have thought this at the 3-minute mark or the 4-minute mark, but Georgia Southern is in serious danger of going 8 minutes without a field goal to close the first half.
Lane on the drive, contact, left it short, ball tips out, Eagles have it. Shot clock off. Screen set, Douglas goes around it. Looks like they're going to play for a final shot here as Douglas backs out to the logo. Now 10 on the clock. Holloman gets it. Holloman looking for some space, fires the 3, got knocked down on his 3-point shot with 2.8 seconds.
I got to tell you, through the first 2 days in the first half of this one, we have seen teams at an end-of-half execution that have been poor at best. Just, you need to start that play sooner because with 2.8, he winds up taking a shot that's a pullback from 23 feet with a man in his face. You can walk on the floor and get that anytime. He got bailed out with the foul. Here it is again. See the clock at the top of the screen, but basically a desperation 3 with a big man in his face and got contact.
And Holloman makes the foul worth it because he misses the first free throw. Well, kind of makes it worth it. That one finally rolled in for them.
Just to give you an idea of my car stuck in the beach philosophy, the reason why. Georgia Southern's 0 for its last 15, 2 for 19 overall, no field goals in over 8 minutes. And let's not leave Georgia State out of the party. They haven't hit a field goal in their last 4, and no field goals total in 4 minutes. So that's the wheels spinning in the sand, not moving anywhere. We've just kind of been in a rut. If it wasn't for free throws, we have no points now. Both teams just all of a sudden hit the brakes.
Coming up later on tonight, it'll be the second of our third-round games as the 10-seed Old Dominion takes on the 7th-seed Texas State. Bobcats playing well over the last couple of weeks of the season. A bunch of overtime games. 3 of their last 5 games have been in overtime. I don't know if that's a harbinger of things to come for us. Old Dominion's now won 2 in a row. They were slumping down the stretch, but they beat Coastal Carolina in their regular season finale and then put the hurt on Louisiana last night. Ended up winning that game by 18 and held them to 49 points.
Had balanced scoring and some mystery scoring where people are averaging 5 points and 4 rebounds, scoring 16 points and 10 rebounds. I mean, just playing well over the season average, but it was fun to watch. Now we'll see if they can carry it over.
2.8 to play in the half. Baseball pass comes to Nutter, or Lane. Lane at the buzzer, and that's going to be the end of the first half. So things got a little stale offensively for both teams late in the first half. And after 20 minutes, the 8th-seeded Georgia State Panthers have a 36-28 lead on the 9-seed Georgia Southern Eagles.
Ever since Reese's came out with their new chocolate lava big cup with a delicious layer of chocolate lava, people visiting the lava flows have been pretty confused.
That stuff looks delicious! I want to eat lava!
It looks so good!
Just a little taste!
Don't eat lava, eat chocolate lava.
Get in my mouth, lava!
Don't eat lava, eat ooey gooey chocolate lava.
It's lava time, baby!
Don't eat lava! Eat new Reese's chocolate lava big cups!
This is an ESPN Sonic blockbuster.
I take the first shot, and you keep it coming. We know a lot about turning nothing to something.
He is must-see television every time he puts that uniform on. College basketball, it never disappoints. How fun is this?
The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
This is an ESPN Sonic blockbuster. This is